Hi, everybody. I would like to introduce you all to Gabe Fredman. He is the father to Julius, who has been battling medulloblastoma for 3.5 years. First of all, wow, what a true warrior and hero you have.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight and sharing his journey.
It's an honor to be here, and obviously proud of Julius. We're proud of our Hearts of Gold shirt. He was really happy when he got it. He found his name immediately and wears it to school whenever it's clean. So we're super just grateful to be here on this side of sort of the intense parts of the battle. So,
Well,
thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. I want to hear all about Julius and how old he is, what he likes to do. How did you find out he had cancer, and what his journey's been like?
Sure. Well, Julius is 9 now. Super inquisitive. We kind of call him our like zoologist, our botanist. He's always talking animals and pouring through books, and really into very concrete, very like scientific, very factual based, curious kid. Also loves Pokemon. He reads the Bible. He's quite accurate about the Pokemon strengths. And he also likes chess. He plays a little bit of cello now, like soccer and playing some sports. Just a pretty well-rounded, kind of silly 9-year-old kiddo at this point. He's in 3rd grade. We found the medulla right near the end of kindergarten. He had just turned 6 years old. And honestly, we thought he needed glasses. So we had noticed kind of some squinting in his eyes. His teacher pointed out to us, and we just went to what we thought was a normal eye appointment. At that appointment, the doctors obviously thought it was a little more serious. And so by the end of that, they came out and they said, you need to go to the emergency room and get an MRI right now. They ended up pushing us to the next day, but we got that MRI. And when we came out, there was a neurosurgeon waiting for us. Pulled up the scan, and there was about an orange-sized tumor that was quite visible, attached near the cerebellum, which is kind of like classic medulla. So for us, we didn't have some of those scarier signs or that time of unknown that I've heard from other families. For us, it was just completely like getting hit by a Mack truck. Like we were normal in the morning, and by the time we go to sleep that night, our world had just completely changed. And so from then on, it was just kind of no looking back. Like how do we move forward from here, and where do we go? So that's kind of how we found it. It was quite a whirlwind at the beginning. It obviously keeps going, as many folks here must know, to even be here listening to us. But so that was sort of the beginning of our journey there.
There was some amazing news given to you guys back in July of 2020.
Correct. Yeah. So after 14 months of treatment, we were considered no evidence of disease. And that's like, in our world, that's just like music to our ears. It's great every time you hear that. Obviously, we had to go back for quarterly scans. We're on to 6-month scans now. So they've pushed us back, and we've continued to get clear scans. And we're just beyond grateful. For medulla, they say until you reach that 5-year post treatment threshold, that the risk factors are greater. So as we're at 2.5 years of out, we're just continuing to just think positively and just count our blessings, because it's been amazing. We're just so grateful.
I've been following his story through your page, and first of all, I want to tell you that every picture that I see or a new one that is sent to me, he is a cutie pie, and you are going to be having to knock some girls off of they're going to be chasing him, because he is adorable.
Oh, thank you. And he's full of joy. And I just have to say, like, throughout treatment, he just insisted on having fun and laughing. And even on those bad days, like, he wouldn't let the bad moment become a bad day, is all I can say. And so anybody who spent time in the hospital, there's going to be those moments that are terrible. And he would just manage to kind of shake it off and sort of wipe off the tears at times, be like, now we're playing Uno, or now we're making a stack of cups so I can throw stuff at him. And we just play games and Monopoly and just draw. And he just insisted on being joyous. And I think if you ask our nurses and our medical team, they would all know, like, you come in, there might be stuff flying across our room. Like, you never know what might be happening, because he just really insisted on being a happy kid as much as he possibly could, despite everything he was going through. It was,
Well, I think that he gets his joy from you,
no, no.
just from the little bit that I've talked to you. I mean, you exuberate positivity and joy. So,
Thank you, Heidi. I think I get it from him. I think he really showed us how to like face challenges and not let those dark moments cloud everything in your day. And I think we really, like me and his mom and his sisters, we kind of followed his lead and just sort of, we have to laugh. We have to have fun every day. We have to remember to what we're living for. And so
absolutely.
yeah. So thank you. Yes.
So you are here tonight fundraising for Julius and all of the other children. Why is that important to you and your family? And what do the donations received mean to you?
I mean, it means everything to me. When I think about people donating, big or small, it means hopefully somebody never has to go through what we went through with Julius or what you're going through. That one day this is just a story we're telling about how things used to be. Like when they talk about polio or some of these antiquated illnesses, that's really where my heart is and where I see the funding going. And we need cures. I think when I started on this journey, I started doing some research and I found out that most of the same medicines we're using now are the same ones that have been used for the last 50 years. Um, so as I was researching, that made me really irate. I would get really angry. And so how can I channel that energy into something positive? So I found the Cure Starts Now. I found the Healy Foundation and some of these groups that are doing advocacy around policy and just direct funding. And so for me, channeling my energy into something that I feel is part of the solution, finding the cures, finding more medicines, more techniques. I mean, we're talking about little kids that are going through some archaic forms of treatment, and it's deals we have to make as parents to prolong our children's lives, like just straight up. There has to be a better way. There's so many smart people that if we give a little bit more money and we give them some time and space to do what they do, I have faith that they will come up with better cures, better treatments, better solutions for all of our kids. And again, so that that family coming after me doesn't have to do what we'll be experienced. And so again, I agreed to sign Julius up for any kind of long-term study so that they could use his experience to learn from moving forward. And I think we just need more funding for these home run cures because these are kids and their lives matter so much. And it's not just them or their families, but these are communities that are really impacted when these kids get sick. It really ripples out. And I think even if you've never known one of these kids or a family, like personally, you're here listening to us now, and just it probably impacts you, right? Any parent can face this nightmare. And so anything we can do to just promote awareness, promote cures, if there's anything positive I could do in this world, it would be like finding some kind of solution to childhood cancer, particularly these brain tumors.
Amen. You said that perfectly.
I think it was so important for me because I think a lot of us in this small, special community, when we get this news, you just don't know where to turn. And I think the Cure Starts Now not only was a wealth of information, but positive people that I could turn to and commiserate with and get advice from, and who, as we were talking about a little bit before, but people who can face the music, people who can have these really, really difficult conversations about sick children and stand tall and provide support and honesty. And I was just honored to be a part of that. Through community networks here in California where I live, I have been connected to other families, and it's just, as I meet families coming into this world, the first place I think is like, well, come get affiliated with the Cure Starts Now, because if you need clinical research information, if you need real people to support, you just want some cool t-shirts to wear in pride. I think that was our first connection, was getting the Julius Megilo shirts that our whole family wore. Just those small things too, right? Those spiritual, like uplifting moments and the grander piece. It's an organization that I'm so moved by, and I'm so moved by all the families, and I'm just honored to even be invited to be an ambassador. Because anything I can do can help, right? Every family matters, and anything that any of us can do, it matters. It really does matter.
Well, all of us here at the Cure Starts Now are moved by your family and moved by Julius. And that's why we do what we do, is for Julius and all of the other children. Family truly never fights alone, and we are so thankful to have you part of our team.
Um,
It is our mission at The Cure Starts Now to find the home run cure for Julius and his fellow warriors. And we do this in honor of all the strong and brave warriors that are now angels. They deserved more. Julius deserves more. So for all of you guys watching tonight, give first to Julius because he deserves more than leftovers.
absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing his story.
Thank you, Heidi, and thank you, everyone. And just any contributions, prayers, thoughts. Obviously, monetary contributions matter a lot to us here too. But again, just for being a part of the movement, it matters. It's
Yes, it
deeply
does.
appreciated. It really is. Thank you,
Thank
Heidi.
you.
Thank you, everybody there. All you do is amazing. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.